What up, y'all? Oh, that's my truck loading up. Need to need a little bit of air, man. It's kind of humid. But what up? What up? What up, man? How was y'all weekend? How was everybody's weekend, man? It's Monday. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome back to the Real Mojo TV with your host, me, your boy, the Real Mojo. All right, man. All right, man. We got some mess. We got some mess. Got some mess, man. All right, so I know um this is happening. This is happening late, and it's kind of crazy that it's happening late because I don't know if I don't know if Cameron got wind of the video late or the podcast or whatever episode of the Joe Budden podcast with Nori and I believe was it a no, it wasn't even a Patreon. I don't think. I think it was just a regular episode. But anyway, Nori and Joe Budden obviously and Queen's Flip. Um, they're all doing great. They're all doing great. Cameron's doing great. I haven't got a chance to catch him and Mace on their show yet. I haven't even. I just heard about it to be honest, but I'm gonna check it out because I like Cameron and Mace. Everybody liked them together. I ain't even gonna front. But Joe and Nori, they was laughing, popping their collar, clowning. See people saying failed rappers in doing podcasts now. That ain't the way I took it. What I saw was rappers failing at podcasts. That's what I heard. I heard them laughing at rappers failing at podcasts. Not fail. I could be wrong. I only watched it twice. Um, I only watched it twice, and some of it I missed because I was laughing when Joe said they selling ass. That was funny. Y'all gotta admit that was funny. Um, but you gotta understand something, right? Joe Budden and Nori, right, are literally, literally top of the food chain for rappers doing podcasts. Not only are they at the top of the food chain for that, but they're at the top of the food chain really for podcasts. In the genre, in that hip hop genre. You know what I'm saying? Um, there's a few other ones, but I mean, we talking about them, so we're not gonna sprinkle everybody into it, and for these words get misconstrued. But maybe Cameron got wind of it and thought it just happened because I'm pretty sure he been busy getting his own network up, and because he showed around the studio or whatever, and and it looked dope. He said it's a network. You know what I'm saying? So and they do sports, they do games. They went live halftime of a game the other day. Like I said, I'm not 100% with all the specifics, but I'm pretty sure it's gonna be dope because Cam, him and Mace, they got dope chemistry. They've been rocking for since high school or before. So they you know what I'm saying. So they just got it when they work together. They got it. You know what I'm saying. So he went in. I'm not gonna say the stuff he said. He went in, but he was talking to Nori about Joe, about Joe Budden, and what he ended up doing was he ended up going crazy with it. Um, he ended up doing it how Cameron does it. Um, he ended up doing it how Cameron does it. So Joe responded. Like I said, I read it and I've been looking at it, and I'm gonna tell you why I'm not gonna say, what they were saying and all that. Um, so Joe, he responded, and then here's the reason why I'm not gonna get into their responses, because at the end they, it was looking like it was looking like it was about to go to the other side of the culture, like to the beginning stages of the culture, the dirty, ugly part of the culture. Uh, people start saying where you at, and then people start saying I'm here. You know where I'm at. Yeah, like stuff like that. Um, I don't like when it goes there because I don't like when it goes there because these is two influential guys, right? They got dope careers, both of them, dope rap careers, two different kind of lanes with it. And Cameron went to movies, acting and stuff like that, and Joe went into the I guess we'll call it the social media world. Cam made a dope movie, Joe made a dope podcast. Like I feel like they got so much going for themselves, right? I don't like the fact that I don't like the stuff that Cameron said to get it started. You know what I'm saying? I don't like all that stuff, man. But he said it, and then Nori stepped in. Well, he didn't step in, but he posted on Instagram some words. You know what I'm saying? Trying to squash it. I don't like it because I don't like it. Period. But my thing is, they so high up on the totem pole, influence, right? I feel like all Cam had to do was hit up Nori to begin with and be like, "Yo, what was up with that?" You know what I'm saying? He probably could have hit up Joe because I'm pretty sure they got each other's contact. They got Queen's Flip, who's a mutual friend of the two. You know what I'm saying? He could have mediated that, and I think he wanted to. I think he wanted to because I believe he said that. You know what I'm saying? All of them, all of them, all of them is doing dope stuff, man. Dope content. Everything they doing, man. They moving right. I just don't like when they start doing this because now you got people, got your people, he got his people, he got his people, he got his people. So those dudes necessarily might not be feet on the ground, knuckling up or worse, but their people might because they feel in a certain way. They trying to, you know what I'm saying? Like they trying to hold it down. I don't like the fact that you know what I'm saying. They start doing this publicly on the internet, man. Even though people say that's part of the culture, their culture, the rap, hip hop, whatever, is is all that competition and beef and all that, but it ain't getting us nowhere. It ain't getting us nowhere. We talking multi-millionaires. Do you know how stupid you look as a multi-millionaire beefing online and then throwing locations out? Do you get how silly that look? But what it's doing is it's stopping certain people from advancing. Cause they like, yeah, yo, yo, nah. People that's on the ground maybe, but them dudes is super up, and the influence is more powerful than the money. The influence is more powerful than the money. I'm telling you, because that's gonna be the ultimate thing to get somebody to do something crazy, to jump out the window, is the influence that they got over these people. Because I didn't tell them to do that. Yeah, you ain't gotta tell them, but if you insinuating and you got that influence, somebody gonna act stupid to get your approval, or you know what I'm saying, to get that pat on the shoulder from you. And that's all they get. Pat on the goddamn shoulder and consequences. You know what I'm saying? So I felt like it went far further than it should have went. And my thing is this. Like I always say, when dudes is like when a running back score a touchdown and he start dancing in the end zone and the dudes on the other team get mad. What the hell are you mad for? Stop him from scoring. So if you mad because this guy was rated the number one the number one podcaster by Complex, right? Instead of instead of coming at him, which you can't, because what you coming at, he's number one and you're not. You know what I'm saying? It's only one number one spot, and somebody got it this year. So that should make you go hard the whole rest of the year until this list come out again. But you got dudes like Charlemagne and Envy, right? And that's another thing. Like these rappers, they gotta stop, bro. You gotta stop letting dudes, buffoons. You gotta stop letting buffoons influence you. Cause we all know, Joe and Charlemagne got their little joint, right? Got their little riff. So when he got voted number one, here come Envy. Joe's like mindset is, damn, Envy's my man. He was running down a couple situations they had back in the day, 20 years ago. Word to the wise, Joe. Envy ain't your man no more. You just saw that. You just saw that. What you was telling Flip, you didn't even have to tell Flip. Envy just showed him what it was. He's not your man no more. So just know that. I mean, and you should be able to look at them dudes and tell Envy and Charlemagne. You should be able to look at them and tell what's what. Um, in the grand scheme of things, but it got the homie Queens Flip in a bad position because he's cool with Cameron, he's cool with Envy, but see, Envy done let Charlemagne, somebody who didn't put the same work y'all put in. See, Charlemagne didn't put the same work y'all put in. While y'all was grinding in New York, he down in South Carolina getting fired from the radio, doing other stuff. Um, so he didn't go through the same grind y'all went through. You know what I'm saying? And when they talking about all that ownership and all that. He don't care to be that. He just wanted to be a part of something his whole life. You know what I'm saying? So now he's a part of iHeart and all that. He's cool. He's cool because that's what he wanted his whole life. He just wanted to be down with something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never gonna accept him in y'all grind. Y'all never gonna accept him. You know what I'm saying? Y'all never gonna respect him. So, and he know that. He knows that. So, him and Envy. He gonna go super hard for Envy because Envy went against you basically with him. It's I feel bad for Flip. I feel bad for Flip because you know what I'm saying. All his people, well, not all, but a couple of his peoples is beefing, like kind of not beefing, but you know what I'm saying, jousting. And you could tell he don't want to get involved. You could tell he would rather just make a phone call. You know what I'm saying? Flip a good dude, man. I could see it. I could tell. I don't know him. I never met none of these dudes, but I see how they interact. Joe and Flip. You know what I'm saying? Flip done changed since he been rocking with Joe. Um, you could tell he get more he's getting more thorough with his work. And outside of the skits he's number one dude. He's a top cat with the skits. But yeah, man, I feel bad for him because it's like a little weight, man. He don't, Flip. He don't care. But you know what I'm saying? It's like a little weight on him, man, because his people is beefing is stupid shit. He know it. They know it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like shout out to Joe for not putting no pressure on him. Like, oh, you rocking with me? So you know what I'm saying? That's he just told him, pick a side or don't. And you know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man, because I know some people that don't like each other, and I'm cool with both of them. I don't really care, but I don't really care about much. But yeah, man, if now it would be dope if Flip could get it squashed. But even if Flip get it squashed, I'm pretty sure Joe already know Envy not your boy. Joe and Charlemagne, they probably won't ever squash it because he don't really care enough to squash it. And Charlemagne, this is he like it. He's into this. But because Joe's not gonna really press him and run down on him. You know what I'm saying? So he's cool. He's cool being a sucker. He's cool. Uh, like bigging people up to try to like pull Joe down a little bit. He's cool with that. That's the type of stuff he do. He ain't gonna never say your name. He ain't gonna never say your name because then something can happen. He's never gonna say your name. You know what I'm saying? But he's gonna continue to be a weasel, man. That's what he is, man. I'm 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 kind of down that Envy fell for that. I'm kind of down that Envy fell for that. You know what I'm saying? I feel kind of bad that Envy fell for that. But he's with him every day. He's with him every day, like 5 days a week. So maybe him and Joe's friendship faded or whatever they had. See, that's what I'm saying. He could have never been Joe's boy like that. He could have never been Joe's boy like that. So maybe they joint faded to him, and Joe's still standing on principle. You know what I'm saying? But some people not like that. Some people not like that. So hopefully Cameron and Joe, hopefully they squash theirs. Um, Envy and them like Envy and Charlemagne. I don't even really count them. I don't even really count them. Who even watch their show anymore? Breakfast Club. Who watch it? Charlemagne doing other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Dog, if he let somebody call his co-worker of how many years, they killing it. He let somebody disrespect her on an interview and still put that part in there, put the interview out. You think he care about you? And the thing is, if I'm not mistaken, in that interview, didn't Gucci say something about envy too? You know what I'm saying? So you gotta watch that dude, man. He laughed it off.